changed it to my body painting top. We're just gonna go for it as per uni.
This is so funny.
We need some music.
Today I'm turning myself into the iconic Draculaura, because much like her, I've been pale, dramatic, and chronically over-accessorized since birth. Welcome to day 25 of 31 Days of Halloween costumes. I am officially pink. We're also gonna do a pink eyeshadow look. Time to put my lips on. Oh. Also, Draculaura has a little heart in her cheek, so I'm gonna try to paint that on. Okay, makeup is done, but I'm missing something very important. So I have these fangs and the original glue that they came with. Accepted, I'm gonna have a lisp for the. So I'm currently bald, pink, and I have fangs. I love October.
Okay, guys, I'm now adding the wig. This part needs to be.
Okay, the wig is actually.
Before we can understand why people are calling out Natalie Reynolds for copying Sophie, you have to understand the kind of creator Natalie actually is. Natalie Reynolds is one of those creators who managed to become massively visible, not because of talent or originality, but because of consistently being controversial. At first glance, she might look like any other creator trying to grow an audience, but once you look deeper, a pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Almost every boost in Natalie's career has come from behavior that shocked people.
Calm down! Calm down! Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Oh, damn, Natalie Reynolds, TikTok!
Irritated people or directly copied someone who was already successful.
Huh?
Now, while this kind of controversial strategy might work for a while, it gets much harder once the audience catches on. The craziest part about Natalie's story is that even though her reputation gets worse every single year, she just keeps doing the same things. It's like she can't create anything unless someone else has already done it first. Her fame didn't come from great stories, impressive editing, or a special skill. Instead, she built her following on cheap stunts, shock value, and videos that felt designed just to make people angry, whether they liked the content or not. For example, one of her first stunts was walking around in public areas covered only in body paint, calling it a harmless experiment while obviously trying to get a scandalous reaction.
Go closer.
Natalie Reynolds, a live stream influencer from the US, faced criticism after a social experiment in which she worked out at a gym and painted on leggings over a swimsuit. The incident showed Reynolds being confronted by a gym goer who told her she needed to leave due to her inappropriate attire.
That is fine. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. It's not...
No, not a
Reynolds had spent about 5 hours getting her outfit, consisting of blue body paint over nude swimsuit bottoms, and a purple painted sports bra over nipple covers. In response to the backlash, she issued a public apology on social media, admitting a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
I mean, she's covered, so...
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered, so you're not supposed to videotape her.
Reynolds' experiment and subsequent apology have led to discussions on the boundaries of social experiments and respect for community norms.
It was the kind of content that wasn't illegal, but definitely wasn't normal either. The point of the video wasn't to showcase art or push boundaries in a meaningful way. It was simply to get people to stare, record her, react, and share the clip so she could grow faster.
Stop it. Get some help.
That pattern of attention-seeking stunts would continue repeatedly, each one escalating slightly more than the last. Another moment that firmly set her reputation came from the situation where she dared a homeless or disabled woman to jump into a lake.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Scanner. There's a scanner that you need to look for in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
What if I drown?
Then
I haven't been in the water. What is
You said you want to jump in.
I do kind of want to jump in. Huh? Oh,
and I'm scuba. I'm
on.
Scuba certified. You should jump in.
You serious?
All right.
And I think if you jump in, you'll be able to find the scanner.
Yes.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, there's a scanner that's in the water over here. That's why I'm here.
Okay, and I can jump in and not gonna get in trouble. Right?
No.
No. All right.
A few moments later.
Oh!
Instead of offering assistance, Natalie chose to record the event, share on the situation, and observe the woman's difficulty, subsequently treating the whole incident as merely a minor jest. The profound absence of concern resonated with viewers even more than the controversial act itself. Consequently, the footage circulated widely due to the sheer disturbing nature of her conduct. This was no accident or simple misunderstanding. It served as clear proof of an individual who genuinely felt that hostility and public fury could be freely exploited as just another strategy for generating material. While many established creators actively avoid conflict, Natalie actively pursued it. Her channel featured a predictable sequence of offensive remarks, fabricated stunts that endangered others, and desperate acts for attention that made her appear less like a genuine performer and more like someone severely dependent on viral fame. However, her most defining trait ultimately wasn't her use of shock content, it was her habitual imitation. This aspect of her online persona didn't emerge suddenly, it grew gradually and unnoticed until it became impossible to overlook. The first significant person Natalie started copying was, initially, many lesser-known creators. The first major, recognized creator Natalie began to mirror was Brooke Monk. Brooke's innocent, family-friendly presentation stood in stark contrast to everything Natalie was known for. This disparity didn't deter Natalie from essentially duplicating Brooke's complete visual presentation. The poses, wardrobe choices, camera setups, and even the exact shot angles that Brooke was known for began showing up on Natalie's profile. At first, viewers brushed it off as coincidence or just hopping on a trend. But with every new upload from Natalie, the resemblance grew stronger. It became almost unsettling how closely the videos matched. Brooke's audience started sharing side-by-side clips, and the overlap was impossible to ignore. What made it even more uncomfortable was that Natalie then began engaging with Brooke's boyfriend's posts in strange ways. She reshared fan edits of him, used his photos in her backgrounds, and made jokes that clearly hinted at Brooke's personal life. It shifted from imitation to fixation. And while most influencers would have backed away once people noticed, Natalie pushed harder, claiming everything was harmless and that people were inventing drama. Meanwhile, her content kept mimicking Brooke's visual style so heavily that even people who didn't know Brooke could sense something wasn't right. But the copying didn't stop with Brooke's aesthetic, there was a pattern. Whenever Natalie's engagement dipped, she targeted a new creator to mirror. She borrowed their concepts, their shot ideas, their poses, their editing rhythm, and inserted herself into their formula, hoping to recreate their popularity. There was even a moment where she duplicated Tyler Vitelli's viral video almost line for line.
It looked like I got into a car crash because I'm about to be late to a funeral, but I need an excuse for why I wasn't on time. Okay, here we go. Ah!
Can someone make an edit of me to make it look like I got into a car crash because I'm about to be late to a funeral, but I need an excuse as to why I wasn't on time? Okay, here we go.
It was almost mechanical. When her numbers dipped, she reacted not by innovating, but by choosing a new target. And while this behavior was already frustrating to watch, it eventually became more concerning once she shifted her attention as time went by. Over time, the list of creators Natalie copied grew. Leah Halton became another example. Then, smaller creators. Then, anyone whose content gained traction. Even when viewers tried to defend her, the volume of evidence made it harder and harder. Her videos often seemed like she was browsing through TikTok, finding what was popular that day and recreating it with her own face in the frame. The strange part was that she never hid it. She didn't change the ideas, she didn't adjust the timing, she didn't personalize anything. Even the audio choices were the same. As the months went on, her comment sections turned into long threads of people tagging the original creators she was imitating. The discussions were everywhere, and many people wondered why she never tried building her own identity. This was the reputation Natalie carried with her into 2024, and it created the perfect environment for what would eventually become her most obvious copying accusation.
Y2K ladybug costume quite literally broke the internet, and today we're gonna figure out why. Is it really all that? Welcome to day 10 of trying on dead stock Halloween costumes from the 2000s and giving them to one of you guys for free. Like this costume?
Early 2000s ladybug Halloween costume quite literally broke the internet, so today we're gonna figure out why. I literally don't understand what the hype about because it's literally a ladybug, so hopefully this doesn't let me down. And I'm also—
You're not my mother. My mother doesn't have
buttons? Do you like them? I'm your other mother, silly. Now go tell your other father.
You're not my mother. My mother doesn't have buttons.
When she began copying Sophie Silva, it wasn't surprising for viewers. It was expected. People had seen her do this before. The only difference now was that Sophie's style was so unique and recognizable that copying it became impossible to deny. Sophie Silva is a creator with over 5 million followers on TikTok and 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Her style is extremely specific. She specializes in dress-up content, movie character transformations, Halloween-themed looks, and polished cinematic visuals. Her videos are clean, colorful, organized, and instantly recognizable. She has a calm personality, she avoids drama, and she has no history of controversies. She posts her content, interacts with her fans, and stays completely out of online conflict. Sophie's fan base often describes her as wholesome, creative, and peaceful. This matters because when someone copies her, the audience reacts more strongly. They view her as someone who deserves respect, not imitation. Because Sophie has such a consistent and distinct visual style, it was immediately noticeable when Natalie suddenly shifted her content to mirror Sophie's. With Sophie, the copying started almost immediately at an advanced level. Instead of gradually borrowing ideas, Natalie jumped straight into recreating Sophie's most iconic concepts, almost shot for shot. And this wasn't happening in isolation. This was happening right after Natalie's reputation had already tanked from her previous controversies. The reaction from viewers was immediate. People began stitching Sophie's originals next to Natalie's copies, showing the identical transitions and almost frame-by-frame replication comments poured in, saying things like, "This looks exactly like Sophie, and you literally copied her whole video." The overwhelming feedback wasn't even angry at first. Many viewers were simply confused as to why Natalie continued repeating this pattern when she already knew audiences hated it.
If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more breakdowns of creators, plot twists, and internet drama, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. I'll catch you in the next one.